Welcome to this episode of Inside Friendship. I'm your host, Leah Moreno. In every show, we introduce you to the students, staff, and the people of the Frenship School District. We start with a story about how the 9th grade center is able to raise money and satisfy a sweet tooth at the same time.
The purpose today is to get money for a principal's fund to help out the school.
So blessed with the PTSA to be able to put this on for us. You know, we get 6 free food days throughout the year, and the name is a little deceiving. Really what it is we don't, those are 6 days throughout the year, every campus, that you don't have to abide with the state regulations of what's served. And so outside agencies can come in and bring in food, and really it's a great day for kids, and we can raise money on those days. PTSA raised the money for us last year, and then also this year they'll get also 2 of these days, future days that's going to come in, and that money goes towards their organization. But what's going to happen for this money is every bit of it, it's Parent Teacher Student Association. So every bit of this money is needed to go back to the benefit of the kids. And so it's going to be dog-eared. So like for example, the money from last year, the majority of it went towards book purchases for the library. And so once the money is raised, we'll sit down with the organization and we'll say, okay, where do you feel like we need to use it? One thing they've already been talking about at the meeting the other day was a kind of a watering station where you walk up, you take your bottle, you fill it up. You know, it's a very clean place for our kids to get water that's healthier than using the water fountain. I think it's an amazing idea, and if this is what that money goes towards, then I'm absolutely grateful.
Texas PTA, as well as the National PTA, is the largest child advocacy group in the nation and in our state. So we just want to be able to advocate for all the children who are in the public school system, and we love to have the children at this age be able to come and join us in the PTSA as well.
To me, especially for the PTSA, we can't do it without different organizations, but especially this one. You know, they do so much for our kids. For example, whatever the money that they raise during their days, they have a ton of money that goes back for scholarships. Also, they've got different organizations or pieces, even over at the high school, that they provide clothing, in a closet for kids or people that don't have it. So, especially for the PTSA and us in the relationship, it's a community piece for us. You know, we need their involvement, we want their involvement, and it's our job to work hand in hand with, our parents to be able to benefit our kids at the end of the day, because that's what it's about. That's what these buildings are built for. They're in it for the kids. This is an organization that is kid-driven, student-driven, and so however we can work together for the benefits of the best.
For me, it's important to be a member of the PTA because not every parent has a chance to be on campus as much as they want to. And so I want to be here not only for my child, but to advocate for all of the children that go to this campus and that go to Frenship as a whole.
Frenship High and the 9th grade center started a new athletic program this year, wrestling. Connor Ogle gives us an insight on how the first year went.
We came a long ways in a short time. Had a lot of compliments from a lot of coaches and referees that I've known through the years. They really didn't think that we were a first-year program. They thought we had been doing this for a little while, the way we were performing on the mat.
I think it was great. We learned a lot. We got a lot better. We impressed a lot of people just because we didn't look like a first-year program. Grew a lot and got a lot better.
You have hopes, you have dreams of what can happen, but to qualify 2 for regionals and then go win some matches at regionals, To have kids to win 7 duels was a huge deal. Being able to fill our weights, that was a big deal. You're really not sure how it's going to go, but we have to consider it a very successful first year.
I'm happy with them. I think that they worked really hard to get where they got, and coming in competing against guys that have been wrestling for 4, 5, 8 years, the results that we had were pretty impressive. Almost on a weekly basis, wherever we would go, the coaches from the opposition would come and talk to Coach Wood or I about how we don't look like a first-year program, how we were advanced compared to what they expected out of us. And so, yeah, I think that we exceeded almost everybody's expectations.
If we can get our junior high programs started, if we can get those going so we just have some kids coming in with a little background, start getting our USA program for our little kids started, and maybe get a kids program in the near future. And that's where it all comes from, and they have a few years under their belt when they come to me, and then you'll start seeing some major action going into the state tournament.
Well, just having that one season under our belts is going to help out a lot. We've got some experience to build off of, and so just improve on the things that we taught this year, and we'll be able to start with a base now. We've got an understanding of some of the moves and some of the processes, and so we'll be able to move forward next year and go on into some more advanced moves and just get better overall.
We're going to have some open mat time this spring. We're going to have a chance to get on the mat and roll around, maybe show a little freestyle stuff. Even though we might not be competing this year in freestyle, we can show a little bit, have a chance for our junior high programs, kids, and even elementary kids to come in for some open mats. And then this summer we'll have a summer camp, but we'll try to get all that set up and get that information out and try to get ready for next year.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hello.
Hi, I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again?
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Brochettes, the sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and then the cores that we cut away, not to mention zucchini flour. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that,
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta, a different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit SaveTheFood.com.
Friendship High is full of unique programs that enhance learning for its students. AJ Quigley and Ethan Tunnell tell us about such a program, the Chick-fil-A Leader Academy.
National program that Chick-fil-A developed with a company called Aldo that's a nonprofit that's just focused on changing the world. And so Brandon Mulkey, the owner-operator of the 82nd Milwaukee and 69th and Slide Chick-fil-A, came to us. He hires a lot of Friendship students, and they said, hey, we want to give back. We want to do something cool at Friendship. And so we started this program a couple of years ago. They support the program. They pay for it with the Chick-fil-A National Organization, and then Leader Academy, as its own organization, sends us all the supplies, the shirts, all that kind of stuff, and provides us with the program itself.
hopefully the Chick-fil-A Lead Academy have a way to get students more involved and try to learn some leadership qualities that they can bring into other organizations and other parts of the school, just so they can leave a positive impact and kind of grow in their own ways as well.
You know, it's really to train them to be better leaders, but within that Chick-fil-A model of service, so very servant leader oriented. They do 4 different service projects throughout the year that they plan themselves, kind of starting really small, one that we provide all the materials for them, and then as they go along, they take more and more responsibility. And what they're working on now is their impact project, which will be a big, wide-reaching project that they'll execute in April or May.
We have to plan a project that we need to do for the community, what we want to do for the community to help people, and not certain type of people, but we want to really help special needs kids because we feel like they're really not given the attention that they need. And so we want to do that, but we also want to include the families, and not special need families, but all families, just to like get together for their kids and parents to bond and everything. So we're planning on making a project for that.
To address a joint session of Congress. And most like the games, but also like
students were actually nominated for it. We didn't know what it was whenever we first got here, but teachers nominated us, and it was just like based off of students that they think would be interested in stepping out and being able to like connect with the other students and kind of bring the school together as a way to just like grow.
So each month we go through a leader lab, which is some video-based curriculum and then discussion as a group. And a lot of it is just focused on those basic important skills of leadership: servant leadership, communication, teamwork. We go through some different activities. I mean, not to be vague about it, it just depends on the day that they're a part of, but a lot of it is just a matter of them kind of getting in and getting their hands dirty, experiencing some high-level stories, whether it's from a president or a world leader, someone that's influenced the world in that specific type of leadership, and then we try to connect that to what they're working on, which are their service projects, and give them those skills. The whole idea of this thing from the beginning was to bring in sophomores and juniors from clubs all over campus, teach them to be better leaders, and let them take that out to their organizations and let that new leadership training filter out through Frenship High School.
This might spur your thought process about
From this academy so far, I've really learned like how to communicate better with other people and be able to just share ideas and try to do something that's going to positively impact everybody else, and like learning how to work with the other people and bringing our different organizations, just because we're all from different parts of the school, and like being able to come together and just do good for other people has been really great.
It's a great opportunity if you could be a part of this, and this is an amazing experience, and I'm glad to be a part of this, sir, because I know this is going to help me in my future life, and that whatever I do, that I'm always going to look back at some of the stuff that I learned over here and definitely apply to my lifestyle, sir.
not in the next 100 years, much less in the next 10, but they
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Hello.
Hi. I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again?
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Brochettes, the sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and they're the cores that we cut away, not to mention zucchini flower. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that, oh.
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta, a different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit SaveTheFood.com.
Friendship ISD is made up of amazing people who are working to make a difference for all the students in the district. Here is the story of a great lady working hard for Friendship students.
So I went to West Texas A&M University and got a mass communications degree, emphasis in advertising and public relations. And then I spent several years working for an advertising agency in Amarillo, Texas, and just got a lot of really good experience in terms of communications and account service, also project management while I worked for that agency. And then my husband and I and our 2 kids moved to Childress, which is my hometown, and we lived there for a couple of years and owned a business there before we decided that we wanted to be back into a larger community, and we came to Lubbock about 4 years ago. And so I have been with Frenship for a year. I've always been in a communications role, but when I came to Frenship a year ago, I took a communications manager position, and so I've kind of hit my sweet spot in terms of a career, getting to do what I like to do with communications, but being a working mom, it works well too because it follows a lot of the same schedule as my kids.
I started and Emily and I actually had to share a room for a week-long conference, and so we really got to know each other pretty well, and it was just an instant connection. We clicked and we work the same, we have the same visions, we are passionate about the same things, and so it was just an immediate reassurance of I'm where I need to be because I'm working with some of the best people. And so I've always been looking for such a mentor to just lead me down, the right direction in public relations and communications, and show me what I can do and highlight some other things and my strengths and weaknesses. And I am new, I'm fairly new, but Emily has done a great job of just allowing me to take things on and encouraging me. She is already a role model for me. She shows her leadership skills by simple little things, but being here on time, getting her stuff done, expecting the same from me, holding me to a higher standard than I hold myself. And so I know that she has already made me better in the short time I've been here, and she will continue to make me better, and I will just continue to grow and prosper under her leadership.
So we went to our statewide conference for TSPR, which is Texas School Public Relations Association. And at this annual event, they announce a Rookie of the Year, which I believe the criteria is that you've been in school PR for less than 3 years. It's on a nomination basis, and the leader of our department, Andy Penny, who's our Director of Public Relations, nominated me, didn't tell me that he had nominated me, and then they let him know I had won, but he kept it a secret the entire time.
It was my job to hide her from our superintendent, Dr. Michelle McCord, because she was around the building hiding out in a closet somewhere. And so I had to make sure that Emily was in her seat at the time she needed to be, that if she needed to get up and get another drink or something, that I was the one doing it because we weren't sure when they were going to call her name. But it was so exciting knowing she was about to get this honor that I already understood she well deserved.
Went to the conference, we were sitting at lunch and they started reading someone's bio about winning Rookie of the Year. And as I'm listening to it, I'm hearing things that sound really familiar. And then I do look off stage and see Dr. McCord, who's our superintendent, standing off stage. So I knew something was up. But yeah, they recognized me as Rookie of the Year and managed to make it a complete surprise.
Please join me in congratulating Teesport Rookie of the Year, Emily Solis.
Look up to someone like that and know they're about to get something and want to share that information with someone who I already consider such a good friend, but having to hold my tongue, it wasn't easy, but I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I didn't ruin it for her, because the look on her face when she realized it was her, it was worth all of it, and I'm so glad she got that honor. She deserved it 100%. Friendship ISD is dedicated to assure the safety of all students. In this month's edition of A Friendship Moment, Dr. McCord introduces us to the people who make our campuses safe.
Every day at Frenship Independent School District, over 10,000 students walk through the doors of our campuses. In Frenship, we are committed to putting our learners first in every way. We hope that when learners have finished high school here in Frenship, that they will emerge as equipped leaders who are prepared for an ever-changing world. Through communication and collaboration, Frenship will remain a strong and unique community focused on preparing our students academically, as well as facilitating their growth as effective communicators and responsible citizens. In today's climate, student safety is a top priority for our district. It is important that our schools are prepared with effective processes and the latest technologies that enable both student learning and school safety. Our focus on safety and security programs is an ongoing process, and the district monitors and adjusts procedures as necessary. This process includes the Frenship ISD Police Department and Roy Bassett, a 32-year law enforcement veteran and the district's new chief of police.
Frenship Independent School District in general is very security minded. It starts with all of the outside doors are locked. Every school in the district has a two-tier entry system. You can't just walk into a school anymore like it was in the old days when I was growing up. Every visitor to our schools has to check in at the office. There are security cameras at every school and throughout the district. We monitor everybody that comes in. All faculty wear an ID badge, so if a student or faculty sees someone without an ID badge, then they'll politely ask, can I help you, and try to figure out what's going on, why that person is in the school. The cameras are, as you might imagine, are spread throughout. We can see almost every corner of, other than private areas, obviously, of every school. And the cameras are monitored both by Frenship Independent School District officers and by principals and staff at Casey administration. At any time, even from home, the administrators and officers can check in and view those cameras. So Frenship School District has 9 officers, not counting me, and each officer, now we have 2 officers assigned to the high school full-time. We have 1 officer assigned to the 9th grade center full-time, and all the other officers have at least a couple of schools that they split their time between. Work very closely with the principals at each school. They are on call throughout the day for anything that those principals need, and obviously if they have a couple of schools, they move back and forth between schools. We try to do what we can to monitor the class changes, the lunchrooms, all the times of significant activity as students are arriving and as they're leaving for the day. We also have 2 security guards, one that works here at the high school and one that works at the 9th grade center. They do everything from monitoring the parking lots and making sure that the kids are parking where they're supposed to be, to monitoring our Hawk system, making sure that the kids safely get across. It's a busy road in front of the 9th grade center and the high school, and making sure that kids are number 1, doing their part to cross the street safely, and number 2, utilizing the Hawk system to help control traffic and make sure the drivers are aware that, hey, we've got kiddos out there, and slow down and stop, you know, obey what the lights are telling you to do. Engaging the community starts at the lowest level, and it starts with reaching out to the parents and making sure that they are doing their job, and they are. Friendship is a great district. We've got great parents, we've got great kids, but it starts at the elementary level and saying, you know, this is how you treat people. This is what you look for in the schools. As the kids get older, again, it's all about communicating with the parents and educating the parents and educating the kids of, you know, these are, we all know the day and age that we live in, and there are things that are worrisome, and we hope that we never have that here, but what we do is we educate the kids on, hey, treat each other with kindness and try to make everyone feel welcome. And if you have someone that you feel like maybe is exhibiting behavior that's worrisome, let somebody know about that. Don't keep that to yourself. And it's all about communication and keeping that communication a two-way street.
Oh, yeah.
When the opportunity to join this excellent school district came around, and it was quite frankly an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. It's new, it's refreshing. I am back in a learning phase of learning the difference between the traditional policing that I did for so long and the police work out here. And it's just, I could not be a part of a better organization.
Thank you, Chief Bassett, for your hard work and for your commitment to ensuring the safety of every single Tiger.
Thanks for joining us today. If you know of a great story about Friendship ISD, we want to tell it. Let us know by calling or emailing us. Also, be sure to follow Friendship ISD on Facebook and Twitter. We will see you on the next edition of Inside Friendship.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.